Okay, well, hi all, welcome back again, and yeah, it's a pretty miserable day in sunny Somerset here in the UK. Sunny, yeah, it definitely isn't. So I've decided to come into the studio and have a bit of a clean around, sort out, and I thought I'd go and clean my bags out and at the same time maybe chat to you guys and show you what bags I use for certain types of photography. This bag here is my old Billingham bag. This bag started its life off when I started my career in photography, really, so it's over 30 years old. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Billingham bags, but they are probably one of the toughest bags out there. Absolutely superb. The way they're manufactured, all the leather highlights here, the strength of everything, it's unrivaled, I think. I mean, you know, you think this bag has 30 years old, it's done, I don't know, countless weddings. It's been to Africa with me, it's been sort of all over this country, all over Europe, and it still looks like it'll probably go on for another 30 years. I don't know, as shoulder bags go, I think these guys take an awful lot of beating. You have really quite a lot of room in here. I haven't got too many pockets, but hopefully you can see some of this. Absolutely excellent workmanship on here. And I used to go and carry my Hasselblad system when I was doing a lot of wedding work. That's what I used to use this for. And it did it really, really well. I mean, it really looked after my gear. They're not meant to be, I don't think they're meant to be waterproof, but actually I've never had a problem with any water seeping in through this. You know, shoulder bags are great. They're a bit of a pain when you have a lot of weight in there though, because of course you're doing this sort of thing and it gets on your shoulder. But I use this at the moment now for when I do my team photography. I do quite a bit of work for a local school and we go down and photograph all the teams. And this is ideal for that because I can pop in a couple of lenses, 2 bodies, a couple of flash guns, and off you go. I'm not walking miles and miles and miles to the venue where we do the photography. But yeah, I mean, you know, this bag does it all. It's a great chuck it in bag and off you go for quick jobs, run and gun sort of stuff. Can't be faulted really. And sometimes I've sort of strapped, well, you can't really strap too much to it, to be honest. But I normally what I do is with the tripod, I lay the tripod underneath and put the storm cover over the top. That works a treat. But yeah, this is really one of my favourite bags and I can highly recommend Billingham. I think this is the 445 model and that's a good size, but they do smaller sizes as well. Anyway, that's this bag and I can't say recommend it highly enough. Okay, and next up we have a very different bag indeed. Let's just pop this one over here. And here we go. This one is, what is it? It is a think tank airport security. I think this is the version 2. Now, obviously this is a roller bag because you can see the wheels here. But think tank just make the most fabulous bags as well. I mean, this thing is amazing. You have so much room in this bag, it's just unreal. Here, just undo it for you. Oh, you can sort of see what you get. Here's all the extra bits and pieces. Some of these guys are extra things that I purchased for the bag. But as you can see, you can get an awful lot in here. I think the last time I took this abroad, I flew to Johannesburg and I had a whole Nikon DSLR kit in here, including 2 bodies. I think I had the AD400 as well. Numerous lenses, batteries, a flash gun I think I had in here. And obviously in the case here I had a laptop. And this thing really did the job extremely well. You've got lots of little pouches and bits and pieces here, and it is mightily secure. We have bits, if I can show you around the side. Let's pop this one back up and take that around. Oh, and then you can see the back of the bag. We have a lock system here, which is really good. So you can, oh, there we go. So you can lock the zips in there. That's really good, so that prevents theft. You also have quite an ingenious system. See if I can find it here. Now this is great. Let's see if we can undo it. I did too good a job in tidying this thing up, I think, the last time I did it. There we go. Right, and oomph. Nearly there. Anyway, this guy, 5 days later, he managed to undo it. Basically, will attach to this guy. Whoops. And you can attach that to here, or indeed something else if you so wish. So if you're walking around, you've got your laptop in this bit, like that. You can attach this to there, and so if somebody tries to run off with your laptop, they're not going to get too far with it. That's really great. But the very best thing about this bag, gosh, I didn't realize I had quite so much stuff over here. Oh. The very best thing about this bag is that it will fit in the overhead locker of some of the long haul flights carriers. So BA, I know I normally fly BA, and this will go in the overhead locker, which is probably just as well, because you wouldn't want to put your gear in the hold, would you, I don't suppose? And especially when you go near Johannesburg airport, you want to have close tabs on your gear. The other thing you can do with this guy as well, you've got little pockets here, lots of places where you can strap things to. Another handle, whoop, there we go, which is really good. I've strapped all sorts of things, tripods to here. I have strapped light stands. I've had lights in this thing. It's great for commercial shoots locally as well, because wherever you've got sort of roads or pavements, you can just drag this thing along. It's fantastic. It takes a lot of the weight off, obviously, off your shoulders. And as you can see here, you've got a really robust handle. I know they have made a new version of this. It's the Airport International version 3. I don't know what the improvements are of that one, but certainly I wouldn't be replacing this anytime soon. It's a great roll-on bag, and I think if I was doing weddings now or something along those lines, I would probably consider using this, to be honest, rather than the shoulder bag. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting older, and quite frankly, I can't be doing all that sort of lopsided thing and feeling my back at the end of 12 hours photography, being completely exhausted. But brilliant design bag, can't recommend it enough. If you're looking for a roller, this is very good. Okay, well, that's the shoulder bag and the roller bag sorted. The next type of bag that most photographers seem to have are the sort of backpack, rucksack type camera bags. So the real problem with those backpacks is the fact that you have to unzip them. The two bits go either way, and they get wet, they get muddy. You're putting the backpack back on again, and your back gets wet and all that sort of stuff. That was a real pain. But probably the biggest problem is the fact that you actually have to go and take the backpack off to access your gear. And for me, that didn't really work well. So I kind of really never used the backpack, the whole thing. I found it just irritating, to be honest. Until I managed to go, excuse me, and come up with this. I sort of stumbled across this. This is made by a company called Mindshift. They are Think Tank's sister companies, so Think Tank do the more urban type bags, that sort of stuff, the rollers like I've just shown you. But these guys, Mindshift, make these sort of bags for people who want to go out and do landscapes, wildlife photographers, more rootin', tootin', fishing types, and they're really good, I have to say. I mean, I'm so impressed with this little thing. It's quite light, but can hold quite a bit of gear. It has the same usual bits like most backpacks, straps and the rest of it, pockets everywhere, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, very, very similar. But where this one really differs, and let me just pop it on. There we go. Bring these straps around, if I can find them. There we go. So, where this guy really makes a difference is how you can actually access some of your gear without having to take the pack off. And this is really, really, really important. I don't know if you can just see here, you have a little latch thing here. Now what you tend to do to access the pack, or the bottom part of the pack at least, is you unclip that, and then you swivel the pack around. And hey presto, all of a sudden you've got the pack right in front of you. Unzip it, get your camera out, and away you go, bang, bang, bang. And at no point in time have I actually taken the pack off, which is just fabulous. You know, love it. You've got a little pouch thing here, so you can put your caps in and bits and pieces. But I just happen to have one camera and one lens. You could probably put a camera body, a couple of lenses in here at a push. Certainly if you are using small primes. This is a Sony A7 Mark III with a 24-105 lens in it. It's one of my favourite landscapey type lenses. So that fits in here absolutely beautifully. Anyway, you do your shot, bang, 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 zip it up again, and then you spin it back. And it all just goes round, round, round. Just dropped my mic. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. And you clip it back in here on the side. If you can see that. There we go. The clips here are magnetic, so they come off and they clip on really easily. They work a treat. So yeah, these clips really just go on and off, and it is that simple. To go and set that back in. There we go, it's all in, and off you go for your walk again. Now I found this pack to be a great size. I'll just take the top off, there we go. And I'm just going to remove my camera down here. All right, so in the top section, you have a pocket at the top here, and underneath that you have another pocket. Now, inside this section here, we have some removable inserts. I'll just undo those for you. Okay, so in here I have a 72-200 2.8 and I have a 16-35 2.8. Now these are great. So you've got access to a fair bit more gear. There we go. But if you don't want to use it for equipment, you can whip this top bit out. Just pop that down there, and then you can sort of see there we have plenty of room to go and store all sorts of things, like maybe coats or food or whatever you want to do. Filters, I don't know. So it depends on how much gear you want to go and have with you. I have to say, I found this to be extremely good. The insert is good, but it is relatively expensive, and there are other alternatives as well. I'll just go and grab this hangabout. Okay, so I bought this one, which is, I think, about, compared to the actual official insert, is about a third of the price. And that's great, because that can just fit in here really nice and comfortably. And if you want to, you can just put one lens in. Very often, for instance, I go out with the 24-105 and the 70-200, and I lay the 70-200 flat across here. This all gets scrunched down, and then I've got plenty of room to put other things on top. Be whatever, filters or whatever you want to do. But that works really, really well, and is considerably cheaper. I will put a link below to that. I think they're about $12.99 or something along those lines from Amazon. They're not expensive. Other things with this bag is that you get a hydration thing. You can go and put a water pouch in there or whatever, and then have a tube coming out so you can, hydrate yourself. I mean, I've never used it for that. I'm kind of traditionalist and just use a water bottle. Here you can side mount, or this one actually you can side mount your tripod if you so wish, putting a leg through there and the tripod up here. You can also put the tripod down the back. It has all the supports in there should you need it. So one of the downsides of this bag, though, as you can see from here, is that it will not stand up by itself. It's not a deal breaker for me, but for somebody it might be a problem. I don't know. It's never been an issue for me. I tend not to worry about that too much. And in fact, actually, if I want to work out of it long term, for instance, I've got a tripod and a camera on the tripod and I'm messing about with filters. What I tend to do with this, I'll just bring in this little tripod here. I tend to stick my tripod down like that. I use the strap here to go, and I'll just come to the side to put on top, and then I can hang a bag off my tripod, which gives the tripod more stability, but also it allows me to work from the top, which is brilliant. So I can be messing around with filters and other stuff. It's really comfortable to work. So yeah, so this little Mindshift bag has been an absolute gem. Okay, the next and the last bag that I use is another rucksack, and again, it's made by Mindshift. It is basically the Panorama's bigger brother. This is the Rotation 180 Pro. This is the biggest rotation one that they do. Again, a fabulous bag with lots and lots of room in. Very similar to the Panorama, but has a few extra bits and pieces with it as well. Has a much bigger, sort of, for want of a better expression, bum bag that spins round and comes out the side here. You can fit an awful lot more equipment in it. I'll just see if I can demonstrate that for you. We unclip that bit, and you can see the flap there. The bag pulls out. There we go. And it is a lot bigger. So if we open it up, I've got it probably geared up for me where I only have a couple of compartments. But as you can see there, oops, you have an awful lot more room. I mean, you could put in, especially if you're using a mirrorless system. And we'll put that back in here. There we go. And you may have noticed actually, while I do this, there we go, that this bag actually stands up by itself as well. So quite useful if you want to take the pack off, you want to go and not have it topple over. It will stand up by itself, which is great because it still allows you, like the other Panorama, the smaller one, to work from inside. So here we go. I can clip up that. I open the photo insert like that, and then if I tip it over, you can see that's how you access the photo insert inside. So that's great. So you can always work from the top of it with it standing up, which is kind of comfortable. And again, my preference, because I kind of like that. I like the fact that I don't have to go and sort of get everything muddy and say dirty or wet or whatever. But the other thing about this pack, really good feature about it, is you can actually access stuff from this side as well. So if I open up that, I'll just put that out of the way so you can see, and that comes down, there we go. So inside, this is exactly the same photo insert, as you can see here, and that comes down again, and then you can access your equipment here. This photo insert comes with lots and lots of dividers as well, so you can customize it how you wish, but that's really great. Also, this can actually, whole thing can be removed, so you can use all this entire area here for things like clothes, camping equipment, I don't know, you name it, binoculars, whatever. It does not have to be used for camera gear, and because you've got so much more space down the bottom here, you might not want to use it for camera gear, I don't know. But this is a great bit of kit if you want to go on for a longer hike, maybe 2 or 3 days, camping, all the rest of it. You don't want to overload yourself with yet more bags. You can have half and half if you so wish, something along those lines. That's really good. And you can also, with this bit, I'll see if I can demonstrate, this is not quite so easy, but I will have a go. And we'll stick this one on like that. Okay. I'll find these guys. Let's hope they can go on comfortably. All right. So there we have it, all strapped up and everything else. You want to get to the backpack, maybe the top bit of the backpack, but you don't want to take the pack off because there's just rubbish all around you or whatever, or I don't know, lava flows or something like that. So anyway, you undo this and that one, and then you spin your bag around, and hey presto, you can get to your pack. Undo that bit, boom. You've got your gear in front of you. If you loosen off these straps as well and drop it down a bit more, you can actually get this reasonably flat. And you've got like a little table where you can work out of. You can change your lenses, all the rest of it. Get to all your bits and pieces. Just a brilliant idea. I don't know why it's taken somebody so long to come up with this idea, but it is superb. So that's great. Once you've done your shoot, zip it all back up again, and then spin it around. Put your straps back on, and oop, and off you go. The pack also comes with plenty of pockets, side pockets, different rails and ladders and things that you can go and stick stuff on, grip stuff to, you name it. And this will be used by me for sort of shoots where I want to go and maybe take a couple of the AD200s, go up, you know, some location out in the woods or whatever. I might want to take some stands and other bits and pieces. I strap them all to this. There's just so much space and room to go and strap stuff to. And it's unbelievably comfortable. I mean, it is the most amazingly comfortable pack. All these are memory foam, which I just love. Absolutely molds to your back. You've got lots of ventilation as well. So even in hot weather, you just don't get all uncomfortable and irritated by the pack. I think this pack comes in two versions. It comes with the standard version, which is pretty much what this is, other than the photo insert. You can buy obviously that separately as well, but if you're lucky enough and you search around, you can find what they call the deluxe version, which comes with absolutely everything. So you get, let me have a look. You get an extra pack that goes on the top here and secures down the bottom, which again expands your options for storage. That's really good. You get quite a lot of extra straps for lashing stuff to the bag, which is great. You get also another series of straps which allow you to go and have a tripod that can go along your side here. It's quite difficult to explain. I'm not going to demonstrate it all because I haven't actually used it yet. I don't know if I will use it either particularly. But you also get a side option here for strapping a tripod to, and you also get to get a rear option to strap a tripod to. All these come off as well, so you can make the pack sort of larger if you so wish, or smaller. I tend to run it small unless I really need to have the extra room. But that works really well, and this is also a lovely touch because this thing expands out so much. This pocket here, this is great. The way they pleated it here allows for an awful lot of room to stick coats and everything else in there. That's great. You also get your hydration pouch here, so you can put a tube up coming out so you can keep yourself hydrated while you're on your walks. Yeah, all in all though, a fantastic pack. Yes, much heavier than the Panorama, but then sometimes you just need to take a lot of gear, and this is the pack that I would use for that. It's unbelievably comfortable. It's great to work out of. Really, really good bit of kit. So many thanks for watching the video, much appreciated, and I hope this has been of some sort of help. Who knows, eh? But I'll catch you later in the next one, and thanks again. Cheers.